I expect fireworks. I've been here before, been on this stage. I've been in there with pound for pound top fighters in Golovkin and Errol Spence. I ripped the title away from Sean Paul in America. I know what it takes to be champion.
Thank you very much, Kell. And we've got a bunch of people in the chat. So again, raise your hands to ask questions or privately message me, and I'll get to as many questions as possible. So we are going to start with J.R. Bell. J.R., please unmute and ask question when ready, sir.
All right there, Kell. Given the thing here with the circumstances about travel restrictions, if I'm not mistaken, you don't have your head trainer available. So how is it not having your head trainer coming over to Las Vegas for this particular fight?
It's been, listen, the job is going to get done regardless, and I'm in with a super top trainer. He's going to be one of the best trainers in the world after I beat Terence and Carlos Fermento. We've been going through the game plan day in, day out. We know what we need to do in this fight, and I'm fit, I'm lean, I'm a fighting machine ready to go, and been working every day on what I need to do against someone like Terence. So, you know, I've been in this sport for 25 years. I know what I need to do. You know what I mean? I've been world champion. I know what it takes to be the best. So, you know, I'm ready to go.
Thank you very much. And now we go to Cameron Wolf from ESPN.com. Cameron, please go ahead when ready, sir.
Kell, what's up, man? Obviously, you're confident you can win this fight. So, what do you think a fight looks like on Saturday if it's going well for you?
It's about just getting into my rhythm, being positive. You know, and you know, I've got the accuracy, I've got the size, I've got everything what it takes to be champion. I've got the desire, and I've got the power to, you know, to overwhelm Crawford and get into my rhythm.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Cameron. Now we go ahead to the UK with Pep Talk in the UK. I'm asking you to unmute. Please unmute and then ask your question when ready, sir.
Yo, how you doing?
How we doing, brother?
I'm doing well, man. I've got to ask you, your old nemesis, Amir Khan, is wishing you good luck coming the weekend. What do you make of his comments?
I don't know what to say. You know, he changes his mind one day to the next. You know, it's a positive message. I can't say anything negative, you know, but I'm not focused on what people are saying because, you know, most of them are negative. As long as what my immediate team around here think and what job we need to do, and that's to become victorious Saturday night. So that's the main thing.
Thank you very much, Pep Talk. We are going to go to now Keith Idek from Boxing Scene. Keith, go ahead when ready, sir.
Hey, Kell, do you think in some ways that Amir was saying what he said because if you win, it's obviously better for you two to fight in a bigger fight in the UK?
There's always something up his sleeve. Listen, I'm not focused on Amir Khan. I'm focused on Terence Crawford, you know. So let's talk Terence.
ESPN aired something last night that debuted in the United States in which Terence Crawford was asked to list his bucket list, so to speak, of welterweights he would like to fight before he retires. He listed 4 people, and your name was not one of them. How much motivation does that provide to you that he's not even really talking about you, so to speak, when you're fighting him on Saturday?
He's going to have a rude awakening, I'll tell you that. He's going to have a rude awakening on Saturday night when he gets in there. He's going to know real quick, real fast in the fight that, you know, he should have put me on top of that list.
Do you think, and I know Terence is obviously a smart guy and arguably the best fighter in the world, but do you think in some way he's overlooking you in any way?
Yeah, I hope he is. Because I'm coming with force. Trust me.
Thank you, Kell.
Thank you. And wow, I didn't realize that Kell Brook was fighting Amir Khan this week. And Terence fought him in April 2019. So let's please keep the questions to the fight at hand, folks. The fight at hand, not Amir Khan, if possible. So now we go to Ryan Elliott. Ryan, please unmute and go ahead.
Hi, Kell. Thank you for your time. Just a quick one from me. How significant is it for you going into this fight not having that rehydration clause for a big welterweight such as yourself?
You know, to be honest with you, on our I've made weight this time, it's not that much of a big deal, but I suppose it is a big deal, to be honest with you, because I don't want to be thinking about watching me water and watching me food intake. You know, I just want to weigh in and relax and then concentrate on the fight instead of concentrate on making the weight again. So it's going to be something different to making welterweight and then just focusing on Terence Crawford instead of the weight check.
Thank you very much. And now we go ahead to Jake Donovan from Boxing Scene. Jake, please go ahead when ready.
Great. Thank you very much, Evan. It's actually perfect timing. Kell, I did want to ask, what was the biggest change that you made in training camp to ensure that you're able to make welterweight, since this is your first welterweight fight in 3 years?
You know, losing weeks, you know, just being around Sheffield and losing weeks, just not really full, you know, being around my surroundings, what I'm normally used to, and just, you know, not being as strict as I could be on the diet. What I did when I knew that I needed to get away as soon as possible to Fort Ventura, where when I'm waking up and I know that my girls aren't around me, and I'm waking up in a different country knowing that I'm going to the gym and I'm doing it for a reason. You know, I made sure that the training were hard and the dieting were hard from the first week I knew this fight were on.
Okay, great. Thanks. Good to have you back, Kell. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you, Jake.
Thank you.
And now we go ahead, Carlos Toro. Please unmute and ask your question when ready, sir.
Hey, Kell, thanks so much for taking time to talk to us. You know, obviously kind of going off a little bit of Jake's question. Going back to just making the adjustments and heading down to welterweight, when it comes down to now having to deal with the bubble and everything that comes with the current pandemic situation that we got going on, how much different and how difficult has it been to kind of get everything just situated, done, and also having to go down to welterweight with it being your first fight in that weight? You
know, I like I said, I started early, so I had in the planet getting ill. These kind of situations, I made time early doors just for in case I got ill or in case these kind of things happen. So we're well ahead, you know, and everybody's making weight. Everyone's in the same, you know, doing the same thing. You know, everyone's finding it tough with this COVID, but I'm in a great place in my mind, and my weight is fantastic for this fight. So forget the weight. The weight's made.
Thanks, Kell. Best of luck on Saturday.
And thank you, Carlos. And we go ahead back to the UK. Jonathan Nagoff. Jonathan, please unmute when ready, sir.
Hey, Kell. John here from Pro Boxing Fans. Hope you're well. Where would a win over Terence Crawford firstly rank compared to your victory over Sean Porter? And secondly, just a message to the UK fans tuning in on Premier Sports on Saturday night.
Yeah, I think it's got to be above the Sean Porter just for everything I've been through, everyone writing me off. I think you've got to put it up there because this is the pound for pound best fighter in the world, you know, and you've got to put it as number one. You know, nobody's done that in history from Britain. And I'm glad that all the fans are able to see it on Premier Sport, like you said. You know, they're going to stay up and enjoy me becoming two-time world champion.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. And we next go ahead to Ernesto Amador. Ernesto, please unmute and ask your question when ready, sir. Oh, one more. I actually got unmuted one more time, Ernesto. I accidentally muted you. Ernesto?
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Thank you, Ernesto.
Kell, it's always a pleasure to have a conversation with you. Let me ask you one question. For most of the fighters, it looks impossible against Crawford, but not for you. Could you explain this? Because I truly believe that you can be a nightmare.
Yeah, listen, my style, I can box orthodox, southpaw, you know, I've got great balance, great timing. I'm a big welterweight, the power's there, the mindset's there, you know, so I'm definitely, you know, a fighter, what is a very scary fighter. You know, when I'm on point and I'm feeling the way I am, I'm dangerous for any fighter in any weight division in the world. So, you know, I'm very focused, and this is my moment now. And, you know, I'll be able to compete with the best, and you'll see me from round one. you know, take control of this fight.
Thank you very much. And now we go back to Gaz from behind the gloves. Gaz, please unmute and ask your question when ready, sir.
Hey, Kell, it's Gaz from behind the gloves. A few people have touched on it already, but you're a big welterweight. You're bigger than Crawford. You're broader than Crawford. Do you think that your size is going to play a factor in this fight? And were you actively looking to put those chocolate brownies on?
Yeah, them chocolate brownies, they're definitely brewing up. They're cooking up nicely now. And I am the bigger guy, you know, and it's everything. It's all about preparation and, you know, the hard work's done before the bright lights. So I've been grueling it out for months, dieting hard for months, and you'll see the hard work, what I've put in come Saturday night. You'll see the shape of me on the scale. You'll see me refueled, relaxed, and ready to let them brownies go.
Hey, thank you very much. I can't believe it took us 15 minutes for chocolate brownie reference. So, Gaz, you are the MVP of this call so far. Thank you very much, sir. Next, we go to Cynthia Conte from Ring TV. Cynthia, you should be unmuted, so please go ahead when ready. Cynthia, you're unmuted. Cynthia, please go ahead.
Kell, I know that you've had some incredible wars against Errol Spence and Gennady Golovkin, and unfortunately, you suffered 2 orbital broken bones. Many people thought you would retire after those fights, after those wars. What was that conversation you had to have with yourself, with your trainer, and with your family to come back and step into the ring because your health was at hand?
Hey, I don't, Kell, I don't know if you heard that, but I think she mentioned after those 2 losses, the conversations you had with your team and your family about continuing your career.
You know, I did have them conversations, but you know, this is the game I love and hate. It's all I know. It cleans my mind when I go into the gym and train and let them endorphins off, and you know, it's my living, and I love competing with the best. So once we're healed, you know, and my mindset were right, you know, I felt strong. You know, just like I do. I feel strong now. I don't really think about the breaks, and I feel that I know that I'm stronger than ever. So it's right over my head now. You know, I know that my surgeon, Dr. Muhammad Ali, looked after me very well, and they called me the Terminator now. So I'm ready to walk through walls now.
Thank you very much, Cynthia. Next, we go to Jay Lee from secondhouse.com. You are unmuted, so please ask your question when ready.
Hi, Kell, I hope you're all right, mate. Jolie from Seconds Out here. Just as you're aware, I'm sure this is one of the biggest fights, if not the biggest fight of your career. Being as that you're going to leave everything on the line on Saturday night, of course, is there a chance that metaphorically you're going to leave your career on the line and in the ring on Saturday night?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Metaphorically, you're going to leave everything in the ring on Saturday night and also your boxing career?
No, I'm not going to leave my boxing career because I'm going to become victorious, and I'm going to be fighting Terence Crawford, will be coming to England for rematch. So looks like I'll be fighting again, won't I, for you to see, actually. You won't have to travel.
Yes. Look forward.
Oh, sorry. I apologize. My apologies for the premature mute there, Mr. Lee. I apologize for that. Again, everybody, to ask a question, please go to the raise hand function or send me a direct message on the queue down below. Or if you can't figure those out, just shoot me a text message and I will get to as many of you as possible. It looks like Jonathan Nagoff from Pro Boxing Fans has another question. So Jonathan, please go ahead when ready, sir.
Yeah, Kell, I spoke to Johnny Nelson and he said that Kell Brook doesn't take himself away to future Ventura for nothing, and that going out there, you're going to be concentrated and fully focused on this fight. But he said that you have to be at your best for 12 rounds to win this. What have you done to ensure that you're going to be at your best on Saturday night to beat Terence Crawford?
You know, I've got to do absolutely everything right. I'm fighting the best pound-for-pound fighter, so you'd have to be an absolute idiot to not prepare fully. So I've been meticulous for my training, and I've been making sure I'm the first one in the gym and the last one out, and putting the hard work in. Where fighters want to stop. I keep going forward. So, I've got him reserved for this fight, and I've been watching my weight, and just being focused, being away from the girls and knowing what I'm doing it for. And, I'm fully focused on this fight. I've never been ready for a fight like this before. So I'm happy, and I'm looking forward to whatever Terence brings, because I can match him. I'm ready for a war.
Do you believe you stop Terence Crawford on Saturday night?
I believe I stop him, or he quits on Stool.
Cheers, Kell.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jonathan. I'm looking at a couple more questions. In the queue. So just hold on 1 second while I get to the next question. Looks like JR Bell has one more question. So JR, please go ahead.
Now, given this fight against Terence Crawford, and a lot of people are talking about him being the top pound for pound guy, but you have faced a couple of guys that have been either listed in the pound for pound list or are in the list, in Errol Spence and Gennady Golovkin. So in this particular fight, what are you going to do in there to show that you are among one of the skilled fighters in the welterweight division?
I'm gonna have to show something I've never shown, and the preparation. Like Muhammad Ali says, before the bright lights, the hard work was in before the bright lights. So I'm fully prepared. Terence Crawford has never been in with a welterweight, the size and the confidence and everything that I own. He's not been in with Golovkin and Errol Spence, these pound for pound champions. He's never been in with anybody. And I'm prepared better than I did against these guys, and I'm fully healthy and ready. So, he knows he's in a massive fight. He knows he's gonna have his hands full. He knows this is self.
And Kell, before we get to the next question, just tell everybody, a lot of times when people travel from long distances for training camp, there's concern, they did not come, enough time to acclimate. How many weeks have you spent in Las Vegas? When did you arrive, and how long did it take you to fully acclimate to sort of the Western time zone and being 8 hours behind from where you came from?
It takes me about 10 days, and I'm there now. I'm feeling tired at 10 o'clock at night, and I'm sleeping all the way through till 7, 8 morning, like I did back in England. So my body clock's adjusted to the Vegas time now. So everything's on point. The sleeping, my body clock's there. Everything is there. What's needed to win this fight.
Thank you very much for that, Kell. We have a couple more questions, and I know you got to get to training, so we will let you get to that, which is most important at this late juncture of training camp. Gail, please go. You're up, so please go ahead when ready.
Thank you very much, Kell. A lot of this discussion has brought up questions that indicate the doubters that are out there. Do you use that doubt to fuel you, much like you had doubters before you fought Sean Porter and you were able to take the win there? Do you turn that into a positive for yourself?
Big dog. You've got a big dog there like me. Big dog, ain't you? Listen, them doubters, they're the ones what I can see certain people doubting me and calling me out, who I know as well, and they're the ones what make me want to do that extra round and push on harder, because I can't wait to see them after the fight. I can't wait to see them when I'm crowned the champion, of the world. And again, and I'm not just a normal champion. I want that Ring Magazine belt. I want to be the best fighter pound for pound in the world. I want to take his title there. There's a lot at stake for me, and I've got the pressure is on myself to go out there and be great.
Thank you very much, Gail. And now the dog has stolen the show. That was impressive. Next week, a couple more questions. We're going to go back to the UK. Our friends at Boxing UK. You should unmute, so please go ahead when ready.
Hi, Kell. It's Steve from Boxing UK.
How you doing, Steve?
Hello, mate. Kell, if you pull this off at the weekend, it's going to go down as one of the greatest performances abroad by a Brit. Are you disappointed that the TV coverage over here isn't what it should be for such a big fight?
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. I've been with Sky Sports for years. They've seen me fight, become world champion. They've seen me being in some thrillers. You know, and it's a shame that they're not picking this fight up. But you've got to spin it into a positive. It's going to be on Premier Sports. All the fans are going to be able to see it still, but the platform would have been the best on Sky, wouldn't it?
It would have, mate. And you've already touched on the answer to the next one. If you do the job, is there a rematch clause, and would you bring them back over to the UK?
The rematch clause, and you, mate, you'll be able to see it, won't you?
Good man. Do you still love the Geordies?
Still love the Geordies.
Good lad. Kell, best of luck on Saturday, mate.
Top man.
Hey, thank you very much for that. And as a reminder to our great fans in the UK, it is available on Premier Sports 1 sometime, I guess late Saturday night / early Sunday morning. So a reminder everybody in the UK that it's on a subscription cable network over there in the UK. So anybody who wants to watch it will have the opportunity to do so. Kell, before I let you go, any final thoughts as you head into your last week of training camp, and as we are now, I guess, 5 days out from the biggest fight of your career?
Yeah, my mind's focused now on training on the game plan and executing the game plan this Saturday night.